Hello, it's Tommy again. Back in the shop here, I wanted to show you a little technique that I use in layering and sometimes in a box. Some of the boxes I've made so far, I just cut a bottom off of a block or whatever to use as the bottom after I cut the inside, but there are other ways of making the top and bottom. Sometimes you want to use different material. In this case, we have a layered piece. As you can see by the pattern, it's two pieces. You cut this piece out and you cut that out, and those are identical matches, and you can cut those separately and you can make it work fine. Just the thing is, you never ever cut exactly the same. So there's going to be a few mismatches, and it may not be enough to make a difference. Most of the time there isn't if you're good enough cutting. But I like for them to be as identical as possible. So there are three ways that I know to do that properly. One, you can set your pattern on your piece that you're going to cut the internal parts, and you can stack it with the piece you're going to mount it on, and you can cut the outside first. That way they would match perfectly. Then you would remove this from the bottom piece and finish cutting the internal parts. Or you do it just the opposite. You cut the internal parts and then mount this on your backing piece and cut them at the same time. I like that better because I like having the extra material out here when I'm twisting and turning on the saw. It gives you something to grab as you're working around your blade, and it gives you a little leverage. I didn't do that on this piece. In fact, when I started out, I wasn't sure I was even going to mount the backing piece, but I decided to. So what I'm going to do in this case, and this is another way to do it, it's not as good as the others, but it works. I've glued it to the backing piece. This is bloodwood, and this is poplar. And I've glued it on there, and then I'm going to take it to the scroll saw and just use this as the pattern and cut it precisely as I can right there. So we'll see how that works. Also going to use this technique. I'm going to make a Texas shaped box. And I'm going to use those techniques because I'm going to make the lid and the bottom out of different material than what the body of the box is made of. And I'll demonstrate that, those techniques in that one. So now I'm just going to take this to the saw. I'm going to put me a number 5 blade in it, and we're going to see if I can cut that properly so it looks right. I like for it to look like it's one cut when I'm done. The best way to do that is have them stacked together when you cut one way or the other. But this is where I am now, and we're going to try this. Okay, so we're at the saw. I have put a new number 5 blade in. It's reverse tooth. And checking, I want to make sure we're square, and we're square. I check that almost every time. Now we're going to see how well this works. And start out slow to kind of see how it's going and try to figure it out as we go. Okay, I think that worked actually pretty well. I got a few places I may have to clean up. A little sanding and smoothing there, but it actually worked out, I do believe. Everything's pretty smooth. So that worked. I'll clean it up and then we'll look at the finished product here in just a little bit. Okay, so I'm very pleased the way that turned out. It looks like it's all been cut in one whack. A few places it doesn't match precisely, but it's almost not noticeable, it's so close. I also went in and drilled this little 1/8" hole so it'll hang it properly. The only issue I had with this one, this is, like I said, this was bloodwood. That's a harder wood. I cut one for myself. This is out of poplar. If you can see in the derrick here, I've got the crossbars all the way here. It's just so brittle, this wood's so brittle that the least little movement would break those out. See, I had to just go ahead and take them out. I was making this for a gift from a neighbor. So now I was just trying to use this wood up. I had this wood sitting here for probably 4 or 5 years. So I just thought it'd still be good enough for a gift. He's going to like that. He's kind of likes this sort of thing. He's into guns and horses. So anyway, that's the one technique. Mainly I wanted to show the technique for putting the backing on, cutting it to fit. The pattern calls for you cut them in separate pieces, glue them on. That works too. But you get a little more precise cut this way, and then if you can stack them and cut them in either order, that'll work even better. Now I'm going to demonstrate that in a video soon when I make a box shaped like the state of Texas. So I hope you learned a little something from that. I hope you enjoyed seeing it. And if you like this, well, please hit the like button and hit the subscribe and the notification bell. And I'll be posting more videos. And if you see something, if there's something you'd like to see, please say so in the comments. If you like this kind of work, or if you like to see it go in a different direction, whatever you'd like to see. I love to make projects, and I don't mind learning as I go, and maybe help somebody else learn too. So thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.